Raven ELYSE TV.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Raven, and today I'm here with a daytime glam makeup tutorial using all affordable products from Collab Makeup, which is the project I've been working on that is available at Sally Beauty. So this is going to be a full coverage daytime glam look using products that are all under $15. Starting off with primer, I'm going to be using the Collab Fundamental Smoothing Primer. This is just a really soft, smooth primer that will give you a nice, smooth canvas for your makeup. For brows, I'm going to be using the Shape and Shade Ultra Fine Brow Pencil, and I have two shades here. I have Ash Brown and Rich Brown. Because I am rocking black hair now, I'm going to be using the Rich Brown color because it's a little bit darker. And this is just a really precise brow pencil to draw those really fine hair strokes and get your brows on fleek. So I'm just outlining the top shape of my brow and then drawing little hair strokes to fill them in. Once I've got my brows on, I'm going to go in with concealer to carve them out. So this is the Collab No Flaws Liquid Concealer, and I'm using the shade 4/5 Beige Tan. And I'm just going to apply this around my brows and use a flat brush to carve my brows out and fix any flaws. Next, I'm going to go in with the Shape and Hold Brow Setter, which is just a colorless brow gel, which is really fast drying to help comb your brow hairs into place and keep them there all day. For foundation, I'm going to be using the Meet Your Matte Velvet Foundation. It is a full coverage foundation. As you can see, I have acne, so that works really well for me, and I love the packaging of this foundation. It also has a pump, which is nice and sanitary, and I am kind of in between shades with this foundation. So this is shade number 6. It's called Honey, and it matches my body color pretty well, but I do feel like I need to lighten it up a little bit. So I am going to be mixing in number 5, which is called Tan. So there's some quick swatches of those just so you can see the difference, but Collab also does have makeup wipes, so I'm just going to take one of those real quick and remove those swatches. And there are different types of foundations. The one in the glossy bottle is called the Bright Spark Foundation, and it's just a dewier foundation. And then there's also the So Fresh Skin Tint, which is more of a lightweight product with less coverage. But for me, I like the full coverage, so I'm sticking with the Meet Your Matte Foundation, and I'm also going to be using this Collab Angled Face Brush. This brush is really great for applying liquid foundation. The bristles are extremely soft, and it's a nice dense brush that doesn't soak up a lot of product, and it just applies your foundation really nicely. So here's kind of how the coverage of that foundation looks. Next, I'm just going to take the same concealer from before and apply that underneath my eyes to highlight. And then I'm just going to take a damp beauty sponge and blend that all out. This concealer blends really nicely. And in my other video, I told you guys about the Kill the Shine pressed mattifying powders, but there's also the Set the Stage Ultra Fine Loose Setting Powder. So I'm going to be taking the lightest one of that one, number 1/2, and using that to bake under my eyes. This powder just removes any excess oily look. It sets everything into place and prevents creasing. Now going into the Kill the Shine pressed powder in number 4/5, I'm going to be using this on a brush to set the rest of my face. And this powder definitely really kills the shine. I have oily skin and it works really well for me. So this is the base of my makeup done, and as you can see, it truly is full coverage. Moving on to eyes, I'm going to be using 2 of the Palette Pro eyeshadow palettes. I'm going to be using this slightly lighter one, which is called Get Ready With Me, and the slightly brighter one, which is called Best of Day. So I just kind of wanted to show you guys the difference between the two. They are definitely different. And I'm also going to be using the Collab Fluffy Eyeshadow Blending Brush. So going into one of the light brown shades from Get Ready With Me, I'm just going to run that through my crease as a transition shade. And this is just a color that's close to my skin tone, just to give me a nice base for all the rest of the shadows to blend on top of. Then going into the Best of Day palette, I'm going to take the slightly warmer brown shade and blend that into my crease as well, just to warm it up a little bit. Next, taking this orange color from the Best of Day palette, I'm going to be packing this on to the outer corner and then also blending it through the crease. Going back into the Get Ready With Me palette, I'm going to be taking the metallic copper shade and layering that on top of my lid. And I'm just mostly keeping this on the outer half of my lid. Then for the inner half of my lid, I'm going to be taking this lighter champagne metallic color from the Get Ready With Me palette and pack that onto the inner half. For the lower lash line, I'm using that same metallic copper color that we used on the outer half of our lid and just smoking that out on the lower lash line. Next, I'm taking the Bold Face Liner, which is a waterproof pencil eyeliner in the color Drama Queen, which is black and tight lining. For mascara, there's actually 4 different mascaras right now, and they're all different with different types of wands. brushes to do different things. I'm going to be taking the pink one, which is kind of the all-in-one mascara, and just applying 2 coats of that to my lashes. I didn't do any lower mascara this time, but if you'd like to use a smaller, more precise mascara brush for your lower lashes, I would recommend the green one. So this is how my natural lashes look with just 2 coats of the mascara. Pretty good, but I wanted to be extra and add on some false lashes, so I just went ahead and popped those on. Now going back to the face, I'm going to be using the Sun Obsession Sculpting Bronzer in the shade Major, and also using this fluffy collab brush to apply it with, and I'm just going to bronze up my face on my cheekbones and my temples. Then taking that same bronzer with the COL-LAB Angled Concealer brush, I'm going to use that to precisely contour my nose. This brush is perfect for this. I would highly recommend it. So to contour, all I do is basically take the bronzer and draw 2 lines and blend them down the sides of my nose. For blush, I'm going to be taking the Soft Spot Sheer Blush in the shade First Base, which is a nice light pink color with a hint of almost a golden sparkle to it. And this is a sheer blush, so you don't have to worry about it depositing too much pigment. It's really easy to blend, and I have a giant pimple. Let's just ignore that. Now for highlighter, which is my favorite part, I'm using the Filter Highlighting Powder. There's 4 different shades. I have 2 of them here. I have Uncensored, which is the lighter one, and Glow Insane, which is the more golden one. So if I go in with Glow Insane, it's going to give me a nice natural golden glow, perfect for every day, perfect for more toned down natural looks, which is really pretty on its own. But then I can also go in with Uncensored, which is the brighter one, and add that on top, or just use it alone to give more of a brighter, more glamorous, more, you know, on fleek highlighting look. And I tend to go for a more dramatic highlight anyway, so it's kind of more my thing. So I'm also going to take Uncensored on a smaller brush and highlight my nose, so just drawing a little highlight on the tip of my nose and also drawing a line down the bridge of my nose. And I'm also going to take it on another brush and highlight my brow bone with it, just to finish off the eyes. And I somehow totally forgot to highlight my inner corner of my eyes. Normally I would put it on my tear duct as well, but I forgot, and that's okay, but it works really well for that too. So the highlighting powders give you a really pretty glow on their own, but I have a secret weapon. This is the Glitter and Go Eye Pigment in the shade Rage. It's a very shimmery, sparkly pigment that is just almost gives you a wet look. You can see on the back of my hand, it just looks insane. So taking this on a fan brush and just taking the tiniest amount, you can layer this on top of your highlight to give you that super bling and highlighted look. I absolutely love it and would totally recommend it if you love a really intense highlight. I'm also going to take a little bit of it and brush it on my Cupid's bow, and of course this is an eye pigment, so there are a million ways that you can use this product. Now time for lips, which is a really hard decision because there's just so much to choose from. These are the Line and Define Lip Contouring Pencils, and my favorite shade is this one, which is Burnt Up, but there's also several other shades to choose from, especially if you like a good nude. And then there's also matte liquid lipsticks, lots of shades to choose from in those as well, so here's a few swatches of those. And then there's also the full body lipsticks, which come in matte and satin finishes depending on what kind of formula and what kind of finish you like. Bunch of shades to choose from in those as well, so here's a few swatches of those. But of course, you know me, I couldn't resist. I had to go back to my favorite, the Burnt Up lip liner pencil. So I'm actually going to be lining my lips with this, but also filling in my entire lip for a totally matte smudge proof lip. So these lip liners have a really good formula. Even if you apply them all over your whole lip with nothing else on top, they do not transfer, they do not smudge around, so I really like it. So that is my finished daytime glam look using all Collab Makeup, which is available at Sally Beauty online and in store. Definitely follow Collab. I will have their links down below, as well as the rest of the influencers from the Collab Collective. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!